Hello, fellow gardeners. Welcome to today's video, where we're diving into the world of vegetable gardening with 13 essential tips to create a wildly productive garden in 2025. Gardening isn't just a hobby, it's a passion that many of us share, especially as we age. There's something truly special about stepping outside to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, nurturing your plants, and watching them thrive under your care. However, as we get older, gardening can present its own set of challenges. Our knees may not bend as easily, and our backs might remind us of the hard work involved. But fear not, this video is all about making gardening easier, more enjoyable, and most importantly, productive. In the following segments, I'll be sharing practical tips that are not only easy to implement, but also designed to help you maximize your garden's potential without wearing yourself out. From selecting the right crops to innovative gardening techniques, these strategies will empower you to grow more food with less effort. So whether you have a cozy patio, a small raised bed, or a sprawling backyard, stick around. I promise you'll find valuable insights that will transform your gardening experience. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below as we embark on this gardening journey together. Let's jump right into our first tip, choosing the right plants for your garden. This is a crucial step that can significantly impact your gardening success. Start by considering what you truly enjoy eating. Think about the vegetables you love and would be excited to grow. Do you relish fresh tomatoes in your salads? Perhaps you dream of roasting peppers during the summer? Whatever it is, make sure to grow what you love, as this will make your gardening experience much more rewarding. But it's not just about personal preference. You also need to think about your local climate. Each region has specific crops that thrive naturally, so it's essential to choose varieties that are well suited to your environment. For instance, if you live in a hotter area, vegetables like peppers, eggplants, and okra will flourish, while cooler climates might be ideal for crops like cabbage and carrots. Additionally, consider experimenting with heirloom or specialty varieties that you may not find in stores. These unique plants often offer better flavors and higher nutritional value. Remember, gardening should be a joy, not a chore. By selecting plants that excite you and thrive in your climate, you'll create a vibrant garden that brings you happiness and abundance. So take a moment to reflect on your favorite vegetables and choose wisely. Now let's move on to our second tip, utilizing local resources to enhance your garden while saving money. Gardening doesn't have to be an expensive endeavor, and many resources in your community can help you grow a bountiful harvest without breaking the bank. Start by exploring options like free compost and mulch, which many municipalities offer. This is a fantastic way to enrich your soil without the cost of commercial fertilizers. Simply bring a shovel and some buckets to collect these valuable materials. Another great resource is local seed swaps and plant exchanges. Instead of purchasing new seeds every season, connect with fellow gardeners in your area. You might find someone willing to trade seeds, seedlings, or even gardening tools. Not only does this save you money, but it also fosters a sense of community among gardeners. If you have access to farms or stables, consider seeking out well-composted manure, which can serve as a natural fertilizer. Just remember to check with the owners first to ensure it's safe for your garden. Technology can also be a great ally. Use apps to identify plants or monitor local weather patterns, helping you make informed decisions about your gardening. By tapping into these local resources and community connections, you can enhance your garden's productivity while keeping costs down. So get creative and see what treasures your community has to offer. Now let's discuss our third tip, smart garden design. As we age, it's essential to create a gardening space that is accessible and easy to maintain. One of the best ways to do this is by designing your garden layout in a way that minimizes physical strain. For instance, consider building raised beds. These elevated garden beds reduce the need to bend down, making it much easier to tend to your plants without putting unnecessary pressure on your knees and back. Additionally, container gardening is another excellent option. Using pots allows you to position your plants at a comfortable height, and it can be placed on patios or balconies, making gardening accessible regardless of your living situation. Another smart design feature is incorporating pathways between your beds. This not only helps to keep your garden organized, but also allows for easy access to your plants without trampling the soil, which can compact and hinder their growth. Furthermore, consider installing a drip irrigation system. This efficient watering method saves time and effort while ensuring your plants receive consistent moisture without the hassle of dragging hoses around. By focusing on smart design elements, you can create a garden that not only looks beautiful, but also requires less physical effort to maintain, allowing you to enjoy the joys of gardening for years to come. So take a moment to plan your garden layout thoughtfully. Now let's explore our fourth tip, succession planning. One of the most common frustrations for gardeners is the sudden gap between harvests. You might find yourself overwhelmed with lettuce one week only to have empty garden beds the next. But with succession planting, you can enjoy a continuous supply of fresh vegetables throughout the growing season, eliminating those frustrating lulls in your harvest. The concept is simple. Instead of planting all your crops at once, stagger your planting schedule. For example, if you love growing lettuce, plant a small section every 2 weeks rather than all at once. This way, as you harvest one batch, another will already be growing in its place, ensuring you always have fresh greens ready to enjoy. You can apply this technique to other crops as well, such as beans, carrots, and radishes. Fast-growing vegetables like radishes can even fill in the gaps between slower-growing plants. Studies have shown that succession planting can increase your total garden yield by up to 40% simply by maximizing your planting space and reducing downtime. By planting your plantings in waves and mixing fast and slow-growing varieties, you'll create a thriving garden that provides a steady flow of produce. So take the time to strategize your planting schedule, and you'll be rewarded with a bountiful harvest that keeps your kitchen stocked all season long. Now let's dive into our fifth tip: maximizing your harvest by using every part of your plants. Many gardeners focus solely on the primary edible portions, such as the fruits, roots, or leaves, but there's so much more to enjoy. By exploring the full potential of your plants, you can significantly increase your overall yield without having to plant more. For instance, take beets. While we typically grow them for their roots, the beet greens are also delicious and packed with nutrients. They can be sautéed, added to salads, or blended into smoothies. Similarly, radish tops, which are often discarded, can be used in pestos or cooked like spinach. Don't overlook broccoli and kale either. When these plants start to bolt, they produce tender flower buds that taste remarkably similar to broccolini. These buds are not only delicious, but also highly nutritious. Even sweet potato leaves, which many people discard, are edible and can be sautéed for a tasty side dish. Research has shown that utilizing the whole plant can increase your garden's food yield by up to 30%. This means you can enjoy more produce without the need for additional planting. So the next time you're in the garden, take a moment to consider what other parts of your plants could be delicious. Embrace creativity in the kitchen, and you'll be amazed at how much more you can enjoy from your garden. Now, let's move on to our sixth tip: inviting nature into your garden by attracting pollinators and beneficial insects. A thriving vegetable garden is not just about soil and seeds, it's also about creating a welcoming ecosystem. By bringing in the right helpers, you can significantly boost your garden's productivity without much extra effort. Pollinators like bees and butterflies play a crucial role in the growth of many vegetables. Without them, your tomatoes might not set fruit and your squash plants might struggle. To attract these valuable creatures, consider planting a variety of flowers alongside your vegetables. Marigolds and calendula are excellent choices. They not only draw in pollinators, but also help repel harmful pests. In addition to pollinators, beneficial insects such as ladybugs and lacewings can keep your garden healthy by preying on common pests like aphids. To create a haven for these helpful insects, leave a small patch of wildflowers or native plants in your garden. This provides them with nesting sites and food sources, ensuring they stick around to assist you throughout the growing season. Research has shown that gardens with diverse flowers and herbs can double the number of pollinators, leading to significantly higher yields. So by inviting nature into your space, you'll not only create a beautiful garden, but also enhance your harvests naturally. Embrace the power of biodiversity and watch your garden flourish. Now, let's explore our seventh tip: working with layers in your garden. One of the secrets to a highly productive garden is to utilize vertical and horizontal space by incorporating layered planting. Just like in nature, where different plants coexist at various heights, you can design your garden to maximize growth and yield. Layered planting allows you to fit more crops into a smaller area while improving the growing conditions for each plant. For example, you can plant taller crops like corn or trellis beans to provide shade for shorter plants like lettuce or spinach. This not only helps the shorter plants thrive, but also reduces the chances of them bolting in the summer heat. Consider using vertical structures like trellises, cages, or even arbors to support climbing plants such as cucumbers and peas. By growing these plants upwards, you save valuable ground space for low-growing vegetables like strawberries or herbs, which can spread out beneath them. Studies have shown that layered gardening can increase your yield per square foot by up to 50% compared to traditional row planting. This means you can grow more food without expanding your garden beds. Additionally, a well-planned layered garden looks lush and vibrant, adding visual interest to your outdoor space. So as you plan your garden, think creatively about how you can work with layers. By doing so, you'll create a thriving ecosystem that maximizes space and boosts productivity. Now, let's delve into our eighth tip: feeding the soil to ensure explosive growth in your garden. Healthy soil is the foundation of a thriving garden, and it plays a critical role in the success of your plants. You can have the best seeds and perfect sunlight, but without nutrient-rich soil, your plants may struggle to thrive. Instead of relying solely on synthetic fertilizers, focus on building long-term fertility through organic methods. Start by incorporating compost into your soil. Homemade compost is packed with organic matter and beneficial microbes that enrich the soil naturally. If you can access well-composted manure from a local farm, that's even better. Just be sure it's fully composted to avoid any harmful pathogens. Mulching is another essential practice. Adding a layer of organic material like wood chips or straw helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and gradually enrich the soil as it breaks down. Studies have shown that mulched gardens can retain up to 70% more moisture, which is especially beneficial during hot summer months. Additionally, consider using living mulches like clover or creeping thyme. These plants not only suppress weeds, but also fix nitrogen into the soil, providing nutrients for your other plants. By prioritizing soil health, you're setting the stage for stronger, healthier plants that yield bigger harvests. Remember, a well-fed soil leads to a vibrant garden, so invest the time and effort into nurturing it properly. Now, let's talk about our 9th tip, creating a garden that nourishes your soul, not just your plate. Gardening is not only about growing food, it's also about cultivating a space that brings you joy and peace. As you design your garden, think about how it can enhance your overall well-being and provide a sanctuary for relaxation. Start by incorporating elements that make you feel connected to nature. Consider adding seating areas where you can enjoy a cup of tea or a good book amidst your plants. A cozy bench or a hammock can transform your garden into a personal retreat, inviting you to spend more time outdoors. You can also enhance your garden with sensory features. Plant fragrant herbs like basil, rosemary, or lavender to create a delightful aroma. Incorporating colorful flowers can boost your mood and attract beneficial pollinators, making your garden lively and vibrant. Additionally, think about creating a small water feature like a bird bath or a fountain. The soothing sounds of water can add a calming atmosphere and attract birds and other wildlife, enriching your garden's ecosystem. Remember, studies have shown that spending time in green spaces can lower stress and improve mental health, particularly for older adults. By designing a garden that not only produces food, but also fosters relaxation and joy, you'll create a beautiful balance. So take the time to cultivate a space that feeds your soul, and you'll find that both you and your garden will flourish. Now, let's move on to our 10th tip. Using smart gardening tools to make your gardening experience easier and more enjoyable. As we age, gardening can become physically demanding, but with the right tools, you can continue to enjoy this rewarding hobby without straining your body. Start by investing in ergonomic hand tools designed specifically to reduce strain on your joints. Tools with cushioned grips can make a significant difference, especially if you deal with arthritis or joint pain. Lightweight, extendable pruners can help you reach higher branches without the need to stretch or climb, making pruning tasks much more manageable. If watering your garden feels like a chore, consider setting up a drip irrigation system. This efficient method uses less water and ensures that your plants receive consistent moisture, all while saving you the hassle of dragging heavy hoses around. Many gardeners find that this system not only saves time, but also allows them to enjoy their gardens more. Additionally, using raised beds or container gardens can further reduce the physical strain of bending over. With these setups, you can garden at a comfortable height, making it easier to tend to your plants. Finally, explore battery-powered gardening tools for tasks like tilling or digging. These tools can significantly cut down on physical effort while increasing productivity. By embracing innovative gardening tools, you can continue to nurture your garden with ease, ensuring that you will enjoy every moment spent in this beloved activity. Now let's discuss our 11th tip, preserving your harvest to enjoy the fruits of your labor all year round. One of the most rewarding aspects of gardening is the abundance of fresh produce you can grow. But what happens when you find yourself with more vegetables than you can eat in one sitting? Preserving your harvest is the perfect solution. One of the simplest methods for preservation is freezing. Vegetables like green beans, peas, and zucchini can be blanched briefly in boiling water, then cooled in ice water before being packed into airtight containers or freezer bags. This way, you can enjoy the taste of summer even in the cold winter months. Another fantastic option is dehydrating. Dried tomatoes, fruits, and herbs retain their flavor beautifully and can be used in a variety of dishes. You can easily dehydrate these items using a home dehydrator or even your oven at a low temperature. If you enjoy a bit of tang, consider pickling or fermenting your vegetables. Cucumbers, beets, and even carrots can be transformed into delicious pickles or fermented foods that not only taste great, but also promote gut health. Lastly, don't forget about cold storage for root vegetables such as potatoes, carrots, and onions. These can last for months if kept in a cool, dark place. By preserving your harvest, you not only reduce waste, but also bring the flavors of your garden into your kitchen throughout the year. So, take the time to explore these preservation methods and savor your homegrown goodness long after the growing season ends. Now, let's explore our 12th tip: growing perennial vegetables for less work and more harvest every year. As we strive to make gardening easier and more productive, incorporating perennial plants can be a game changer. Unlike annual vegetables that require replanting each season, perennials come back year after year, allowing you to enjoy their bounty with minimal effort. One of the best-known perennial vegetables is asparagus. Once established, this delicious crop can produce for over 20 years with very little maintenance. Simply prepare the soil well at the beginning, and you'll be rewarded with tender spears each spring. Another fantastic option is rhubarb, which thrives with almost no care and can be used in pies, jams, and sauces. Tree collards and perennial kale are also excellent choices, providing you with fresh greens throughout the year. These hardy plants can survive even through the colder months, ensuring that you always have something nutritious to harvest. Additionally, consider growing Egyptian walking onions. These unique onions replant themselves by dropping bulbs from their tops, making them a self-sustaining addition to your garden. By incorporating perennial vegetables, you can significantly reduce the amount of time and effort spent on replanting while still enjoying a steady supply of fresh produce. This means less digging and fewer seeds to buy, allowing you to focus on what you love most about gardening. So consider adding some perennials to your garden and watch your harvests multiply with ease. Now let's discuss our 13th tip, growing together, because gardening is so much more rewarding when shared. At its core, gardening is not just about the plants we cultivate, but also about the connections we make with others. Sharing the experience of gardening can enhance your enjoyment and create lasting memories. Consider starting or joining a community gardening group. This is a fantastic way to meet fellow gardening enthusiasts, exchange tips, and share resources. You can trade seeds, seedlings, and even gardening tools, making the experience more enriching for everyone involved. Plus, working together on a community project can strengthen bonds and foster a sense of belonging. If you have family or friends who are interested in gardening, invite them to join you in your garden. Organize planting days, harvest parties, or even cooking sessions using the vegetables you've grown together. These shared activities can turn gardening into a delightful social event, making the hard work feel like fun. Don't forget about the joy of teaching others, especially younger generations. Sharing your gardening knowledge with children or grandchildren not only helps them learn valuable life skills, but also cultivates a love for nature and healthy eating. Research has shown that gardening in a social setting can reduce stress and improve mental well-being. By embracing the community aspect of gardening, you'll not only enhance your own experience, but also inspire those around you. So grow together, share your passion, and watch as your garden flourishes alongside your relationships. As we wrap up our journey through these 13 essential tips for creating a wildly productive vegetable garden in 2025, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Gardening is not just about growing food, it's about cultivating joy, connection, and a sense of peace in our lives. Each tip we discussed is designed to help you maximize your gardening experience while keeping it enjoyable and manageable. From choosing the right plants and utilizing local resources to creating a garden that nurtures your soul, every step you take can lead to a thriving garden. Remember the importance of smart design, succession planning, and using every part of your plants to increase your harvest. By inviting nature in and working with layers, you can create an ecosystem that supports both your plants and your well-being. Moreover, growing perennial vegetables reduces the workload while ensuring that you have a consistent supply of fresh produce year after year. And let's not forget the joy of sharing this experience with others, whether through community gardening or simply inviting friends and family to join you. I encourage you to embrace these tips and get excited about your gardening journey. Take the time to experiment and find what works best for you. I'd love to hear which tip resonated with you the most, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today, and happy gardening.